Professor Zolan adjusted his ocular enhancers as he prepared to address the packed auditorium. The annual Galactic Scientific Conference had drawn researchers from across the known universe, but this year's most anticipated lecture wasn't about quantum mechanics or dark matter. It was about humans. "Welcome, esteemed colleagues," Zolan began, his blue scales shimmering under the light. "Today, we continue our examination of the most puzzling species in the Federation, humans." The audience chittered with excitement. Humans had joined the galactic community only 30 years ago, yet their reputation had spread faster than light itself. "Let me begin by addressing the question in our title," Zolan continued. "Why are humans so scary?" Our research team has spent a decade analyzing human behavior, physiology, and particularly their cultural archives, specifically a primitive information-sharing network called Reddit and a storytelling category known as HFY, or Humanity F. Yeah. His assistant, Dr. Leary, stepped forward, her tentacles gracefully manipulating the holographic display. What we found was both fascinating and terrifying. The first image appeared, a human drinking hot liquid. This seemingly innocuous behavior? Humans willingly consume caustic substances that would burn most species' sensory organs. They call it coffee and tea, and they do this for pleasure. Gasps echoed through the room. Humans, as Zolan continued, are from a deaf world. Their planet features extreme temperature variations, crushing gravitational forces, and constant exposure to radiation from their star. This has created beings with unprecedented endurance. Dr. Leary displayed footage of human marathon runners. These specimens willingly run until their bodies break down. They call it hitting the wall when their muscles exhaust all glycogen reserves. Then, and this is the concerning part, they continue running. "How is this possible?" asked an audience member, his antennae quivering in disbelief. "Adrenaline," answered Zolan. "Humans have evolved an emergency chemical system that, when activated, allows them to ignore pain, increase strength, and continue functioning despite severe injury. They call this fight or flight, but most species only have flight. Humans fight, often against predators many times their size." The next display showed human space exploration. Humans explore by sending their actual bodies, not just probes. Their first ventures beyond atmosphere use technology with roughly an 80% success rate. They considered this acceptable. Professor Zolan paused for effect. They refer to space as the final frontier. This implies they have conquered all previous frontiers. Their history confirms this. They have populated every inhabitable region of their world, from frozen wastelands to blistering deserts. Dr. Leary brought up new data. Humans have approximately 206 bones. Throughout their lives, statistically, they will break several. Their response: they heal and continue. A broken bone to a human is considered a temporary inconvenience. The audience murmured nervously. "Their psychological traits are equally concerning," continued Zolan. "Humans form strong social bonds, but unlike most species, these bonds often strengthen under threat rather than dissolve. When attacked, they don't scatter, they coordinate. Most troubling," Dr. Leary added, "is their response to witnessing harm to their social group. Rather than fleeing to preserve themselves, they often place themselves in danger to protect others, even non-relatives." A new image appeared, human fiction about alien contact. "Their imagination is perhaps most revealing," said Zolan. "Long before discovering other intelligent life, humans wrote stories about encountering aliens. In these tales, humans are rarely the technologically superior species, yet they almost always prevail through what they call human ingenuity or human spirit. In human fiction from their HFY archives, they consistently portray themselves as physically weaker than alien species, but possessing unmatched determination. Remarkably, this has proven somewhat accurate in reality." The lights dimmed further as Zolan moved to his conclusion. Humans refer to themselves as the apex predator of their world. This is technically incorrect. They lack the natural weapons of true apex predators. Yet they ascended regardless through tool use and cooperation. They are not the strongest, fastest, or most durable species in the galaxy, but they combine moderately high capabilities in all areas with extreme adaptability. A human diplomatic attaché once told me, Dr. Leary interjected, that humans have a saying, "Jack of all trades, master of none, but better than a master of one." This perfectly encapsulates why humans are so disconcerting. They are generalists in a universe of specialists. Salon nodded. The Federation initially questioned admitting such an unpredictable species. However, those same traits that make humans frightening also make them valuable allies. Their problem-solving approaches are unlike any other species, often finding solutions others would never consider. In conclusion, Talon said, his voice solemn, humans are indeed scary, but they're a reminder that evolution takes many paths to success. Their tenacity and adaptability have earned them their place among the stars. As the lecture ended, an audience member raised a limb. But Professor, with all these dangerous traits, should we be concerned? Salon's scales shifted to a thoughtful purple. That's the final irony. Despite being endurance predators from a death world with biological emergency systems and pack-bonding behaviors, humans are predominantly driven by curiosity and compassion. Their fiction reveals their greatest fear isn't death, but causing harm to others. They're not scary because they might destroy us, Dr. Leary added. They're scary because, if necessary, they absolutely could, but every indication suggests they'd rather be friends. The audience chittered nervously, but with a new understanding. Humans weren't monsters, they were survivors. And perhaps in this dangerous galaxy, that was exactly the kind of ally everyone needed.